This is a poem called Slag Heap Critique. I'm walking on the Slag Heap Nature Reserve, what was the Wigan Alps, now the Three Sisters, named after the bottomless shafts they could not fill, and the birds have it as their own watery idyll. And on a hillside of driven-in trees and new sown grasses, to mask million years old debris, I meet Owd Frank and he says, "Now then, P, where's I been?" I told him I had just completed my PhD. He is rolling tiny thin paper between golden nibbed fingers. "What's that all about?" he asks of me. I tell him of Deleuze and Guattari and of rhizomatic knowing we cannot fix, of Freire the Brazilian and his fights and the millions of educators and knowers scattered across the earth, of making learning matter and letting us all see our own worth, of poetry and art brute, of living life as nomads and finding a route to not knowing that is more than all the knowledge entombed in the schools. I dance foot to foot and windmill arms waft the words higher. I tell him of this hillside as our university, these new trees the only dreaming spires we need to dwell amongst, and we can learn from what we hear and things we see, of assemblages and lines of flights, of Rimbaud and Molière, Bordeaux and poetry as dynamite. My voice electric in speed, and Frank nods and I wax on about imaginary and a dialogic space, of outsider artists and the ways we might look at each other anew without the threat of the school or the campus, and knowing that is only always what we have brought with us and learned from the planet and our wanderings on it, that and is a philosophy, French, of more than human networks and literature and art and philosophy, and how we can start to build somewhere better together. How we are creators of a new land of the free, a liberation ontology that includes both thee and me. His own work is now completed and he brings flame to papery tip. The blue-grey vapour wafts up and creates a veil from his chin to cap. He blows a smoke shaft into the ether and he says, "Sounds belting, that."